There we go. Hello, beautiful world. Hello from my balcony with the sun glaring and the birds chirping and making chirpy sounds. I like that. How does it get any better than that? So my name is Rachel Silber. I, amongst other things, am also an Access Consciousness certified facilitator. And not that every single conversation will have to do with access consciousness, though if it does, links below. So you can search and find out more about access consciousness, which has really been a contribution in my life and given me a lot more space and a lot more ease. And I'm going to go to one of the first tools of access consciousness, something that I absolutely appreciate in all sorts of situations in my life. And it is a tool that's introduced all over. You've got it anywhere and everywhere around the internet. I've even got a video of it on my YouTube channel where for an hour I repeat this. It's the mantra of access consciousness, and it is all of life comes to us with ease and joy and glory. And today I happened to, in my morning shower, I had erased what was left in my arm and forgot to rewrite it. But usually each day, if you watch any of the previous videos, you'll notice that I have something written in my hand almost every day. And it is to serve as a reminder for myself. It is the word be, right? So be, to be me, to relax and allow myself to choose what's going to create greater from my perspective. So it's reminding me to be, not to, duplicate what anybody else says, to do what other people suggest, to actually tap into what do I know and what would I like to be. So it's a reminder for myself, and that I write on my arm nearly every day. Apparently today I forgot. It's been an interesting day. And inside the E, I usually have a J and a G inside. EJG is a shortcut that we use for the mantra of access consciousness, which is all of life comes to us with E, ease, with J, joy, and with G, glory, which is the exuberant expression and this just exuberance of life and living. And I noticed that. So there are about 20,000 different directions that my head is going at the moment. It's been an interesting day. Well, it's been interesting last few years, yeah. But it's been an interesting day. I was on the phone with my parents, and also it's my father-in-law's death day anniversary, and so there's all sorts of things that have been coming up. And one of the greatest tools that I use when I get in this because I was and wasn't sure I wanted to go live, but I was like, no, it's January. We said I'm coming on every day in January. So I'd like to do this. I'd like to honor what I said I was going to do. I'd like to do this for me. I'd like to have fun with musings and contributions and just being present and being live, regardless of what's going on, with ease, with joy, and with glory. And so as I was setting this stuff up and waiting for my daughter, who's making cakes in the kitchen, which is just over there, she's making little mini cakes. I'm sure they'll be delicious, but she had the blender on it, making a lot of noise. So I couldn't go live quite then, but I found my YouTube channel in looking for music. I saw I had an All of Life Comes to Me with Ease and Joy and Glory video in there, where the mantra of access consciousness is repeated again and again. Actually, you know what? I have it here for my other things. There you go. You've got it written. All of life. Well, if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, you can see it written. If not, it's probably written in the title for Instagram. But anyway, all of life comes to us with ease and joy and glory is something that is so beautiful. It's generally the way we live. And the way we are, we get really defended. We get really entrenched in different points of views. We get really like, this is me and that's the outside world and this is me and I don't want this. I'm not interested in that. This doesn't, just like in improv, for example, if you guys ever did improv or watched people doing improv, you don't reject anything. You work with, you receive whatever life hands you. today I got handed a lot of crap. It just a lot of energetic, and I recognize whenever it's something that isn't light for me, it isn't me. It isn't mine. Hence that B on my hand to remind me to tap into who I be, which is lightness, which is joy, which is spaciousness, which is just such a different energy, such a space of relaxation, just something that is so entirely different than when somebody else's point of view is whacked into me. And usually I'm more compressed, I'm more tight, I'm more, you know, and then I may want to put my dukes up and not want to receive that because there's just so much intensity there. But this is what's really cool. If we can be the space that I've spoken about a couple of days ago, if we can allow ourselves to expand to be such a huge space that we aren't affected, impacted, or impinged by anybody else's stuff, then it doesn't matter what comes. Whatever comes, we could receive it, right, in a different way, allowing all of life to come to us with ease and joy and glory. That's not fighting for or against, that's not defending for or against, that's not putting up dukes and trying to avoid, that's not trying to prove anything. It is literally just like an improv, yes, and. Okay? It's a world of whatever they give you on an improv stage. And I've watched some people doing improv. They'll take whatever new twist, whatever new concept, whatever somebody throws in their direction. And in order to keep it going, in order to create something greater, in order for something bigger to show up, a different possibility in the world to show up, they take it and run with it. Like, yes, and very similar energy to yes, and bring it on, universe. Because whatever passes through me, I know I got. I know the universe has my back. I know all of life, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything can come to me with ease and joy and glory. Why? Because nothing out there can be greater than my choice and my willingness to be the energy that transmutes and transforms anything and everything around me. Of course, if you'd have listened to me 10 minutes ago, you'd go, she ain't walking her talk. But as my daughter was blending her cake batter in the next room, I found my video that I didn't even remember I had put up in 2020. I had it on, and as I was going around, it just kept repeating, all of life comes to us or comes to me with ease and joy and glory. All of life comes to us with ease and joy and glory. All of life comes to us with ease and joy and glory. And when you take an access class or when you come across this tool in one of the access consciousness books, etc., you're asked to say this 10 times in the morning when you get up, 10 times at night before you go to bed. You can say it as you're brushing your teeth. I remember being in a, not really a car accident, but in like a bumper, hitting somebody's bumper. And when I did that, I hadn't paid attention that the car in front of me wasn't moving. I just all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. All of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. And yes, I was repeating it a bit like a parrot. I was repeating it as if it's something that's out there. But the more I repeat it, okay, and the person that got out of the car just reprimanded me a bit because there's no damage done and walked off. It was not a big deal. But if you look at that, all of life comes to us with ease and joy and glory, conveys to the universe how much trust you have in it and how much trust you have in you, that all of life can come to you with ease and joy and glory. Now, I'm going to say something. This is ease, right? We're speaking about ease. That does not mean easy. There is some shit that can be very stressful, very frustrating, very unpleasant, to say the least. And still, it is our choice about how to be with it that can change everything about it, our experience, and change the thing itself. Our being around something, just like um, the double slit experiment, that they would look to see if things are, if atoms are particles or waves. It is the observer that's in the room that's affecting the result that they find. Same kind of thing. When we can recognize that as we be in the world, as we see the world, as we choose to function in a particular way in the world. And that is not shrinking ourselves, not making the outside so much bigger than us, but recognizing whatever this is, universe, bring it on. All of life comes to us with ease and joy and glory. It's very, very different than cowering in fear and shaking and saying, oh, I can't handle it. No, universe will never give you anything that you can't handle. If you've been given it for whatever reason, it's because you can. So what can you choose to be? If you go back and look at the other videos, you'll see it would usually say BEJG, to be myself, and to be that ease and joy and glory. And I'll be sure to have it on my hand tomorrow so that it's very visible, as it is one of the greatest invitations on the planet. And it's something that shifted me from 10 minutes ago, or whatever it was, 10 minutes before I went live, to yeah, this tool, this basic tool that we receive in a bars class, in many conversations with different access facilitators. It is all over the website of Access Consciousness. It is on every single freaking manual. It is on my business card as well. That reminder that there is nothing outside that is greater than us and our choice and our willingness to receive with ease, with joy, and with glory. Literally, arms open, and we are willing to receive. And it isn't about it being easy. It's about having ease with whatever comes. And even in like the case of my daughter, when she takes tests in school, or my son, or in any situation, what would it take to have ease here? How does it get? Yeah, she just said it helps a lot. Like when she's taking a test, it helps a lot to ask, how do I have more ease here? How does this become whatever this is that we're doing? It could be balancing spreadsheets. It could be making a recipe that you've never made before. And it's like, I don't usually do this. It could be hosting. I am so shitty at having events and people over kind of thing. I mean, like social events, like having people over for dinner, etc. And so I get like all worked up sometimes, but then I just go, oh, okay, that's a choice. I don't have to get worked up. How much fun can I have here? How much ease can I have? And how can I enjoy this so much more than I'd ever allowed myself to experience before? And so that's my invite to you today. Sure, there could be days that just fucking suck, truly. There are just those days or those moments, and there are people that we interact with that we care for so much, and that maybe we'd like to save, from their choices, from their misery, from their sadness, from whatever. But we don't have to get stuck in anything, because we always have another 10 seconds, and we always have another choice and another possibility. And so what if today and every day, whenever we'd like, multiple times a day, we recognize that we do have a choice, and we can either suffer life, or we can actually freaking surf it, enjoy it, revel in it, celebrate it, embrace it, and recognize that the universe will never give us anything that we can't handle, and that we got this, baby. We sure do. So all of life comes to us with ease and joy and glory. I invite you to play with that and not eat the little bug that's flying in front of my face. And how does it get any better than that? So thank you. And this has been January 7th, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye, y'all. And here.